everyone. So I decided to do a little research to determine what's the best way to get artifact power. Artifact power is what you need to unlock traits in your artifact weapon. If you want to know more about artifact weapon, please watch one of my other videos that talk about artifact weapon, specifically the Silver Hand, which is the artifact weapon that I'm going to plan on using throughout the expansion. I'm going to be Holy Paladin, and even though I have Ashbringer, I am not going to put hardly any time into putting any artifact power into that weapon whatsoever. I'm just going to be Holy Paladin like the whole expansion. So please watch my video on artifact weapon and how to get how artifact power and artifact relics work in artifact weapons. So anyway, I decided to do a little research to figure out what was the best path, the best grind to get artifact power, so I can unlock as many traits on my artifact weapon as possible. And I broke it down into 5 different categories. 1, heroics. 2, archaeology, dig sites. 3, finding treasure chests. 4, killing mobs. Or 5, world quests. So heroics, well, you could just call it 5-player dungeon, but at the scale, at the level of gear I have, I can do heroics right now. If you don't have gear high enough level to do heroic 5-player stuff, then you will be doing like, most likely you'll be doing 5-player normal dungeons, unless you don't have gear high enough level to do that, and then you'll only be able to do world quests and stuff like that. So anyway, heroics, just to show you how that works, I'm going to click on the I key on my keyboard. That's going to open up Dungeons and Raid Finder, and in here you will see you have Dungeon Finder, you have Raid Finder, that's LFR, and then pre-made groups where you can look for different types of pre-made groups for questing in World of Warcraft. So we're going to go back to Dungeon Finder. You have 3 different paths you can take here. You can go specific dungeons, click on the one you want to go into. You can click on random Legion dungeons if your item level isn't high enough for heroics, and you're guaranteed at the end you will get artifact power for completing the dungeon. Bosses within the dungeon will also drop artifact power, so that's extra bonus. And then random Legion dungeons, which is where I'm at, and you get a larger amount of artifact power for completing it, plus the bosses drop larger amounts of artifact power. So I did 1 heroic, and from 1 heroic I received 785 artifact power from just doing 1 heroic, and that's like 15 to 20 minutes. I mean, when you start out in heroics, it's going to be painful. There's going to be wipes. People got to figure out that you got to pay attention to what's going on in a boss fight or with trash mobs, so you don't wipe. I mean, you're going to have lots of wipes. I've had lots of wipes I've had to deal with, and it's all about people remembering, yeah, we're starting all over again. We've got gear that's barely good enough to do what we're doing. We got to be very careful to do the mechanics of the fight so we can survive and kill the boss without wiping. Alright, so then I went on to dig sites. So I'm going to click on the M key on my keyboard, open up maps and quest log. And here on the breadcrumb here, up here at the top, I'm going to click Broken Isles to zoom out and see the whole map for Broken Isles. I'm going to click on Stormheim because I have a couple of dig sites up here, just kind of show you what they are. And so there are the dig sites, and I did about 2 of them. And so far, I've done more than 2, but I did 2 because I wasn't paying attention the first time to whether or not there were artifact power in them or not. But the second time I decided to do dig sites, it was to see if I was even getting any artifact power out of them. So that's doing the digs and then doing the solves in archaeology. As far as I can tell, I received 0 artifact power from either doing solves or from doing the dig sites. The next thing I went on to is I looked for treasure chests. And I found about 5 of them, and a total number of artifact power was about 105. So they were small amounts of artifact power in each chest. anywhere from, what was it, 10 up to maybe 25 artifact power in each chest. Then I went out and did a mob grind, and I killed a bunch of mobs. This doesn't include rares, and received 0 artifact power from mobs in the world. Then I went off to do world quests. So I'm going to click M on my keyboard again, open up my quest log. So world quests, you can see here emissary quests, which is what I included a world quest as a part of. So you receive, you have this mission to do emissary quests. There can be up to 3 emissary quests on your board at any one time, but you at least have one until you've cleared it. And then you're required to do X number of world quests. As you see here, there's 5 that are required to fill this one. When this shows up tomorrow, I will have 5 world quests that I need to get done to finish the emissary quests. So to find world quests, I'm going to click on the breadcrumb up here in my map, go out to Broken Isles. I have no idea what tomorrow's emissary quest is going to be. We won't know. I have one tomorrow, I have one 2 days from now, and then one 3 days from now. And you can have up to 3 of them at one time. So I'm going to go out to Azuna. Let's just say that the world quest is for Azuna. So you have all these exclamation points. Most of these represent world quests that at least I'm going to do. And the easiest way to show you world quests, and I'm going to move my camera because I need you to look over here on the right side and what's going on here. We have quests. These are just regular quests that I'm working on. They are not part of world quests. They're just quests that I am trying to finish up. And then you have this little title here called World Quest, which is what we want to pay attention to. If you don't have it, here's an easy way to do it. Now, you don't get World Quest until 110. But when you get to your map and quest log, if you want to know if something is a world quest, you're going to click on the icon, and then you see over here, it updates. So if you have nothing there, let's see, stop tracking. Okay, so there, world quests are no longer showing up. There's no heading for that. There's no bar for that. If you want to see it again, you're going to go over to where the world quest is here in your map. That's going to be exclamation point. You're going to click on it, and then it's going to show up on the right side or wherever you happen to have your quest, your log showing up on your IA. So, or UI, I mean. So if I wanted to change which one I'm viewing, I can click on another one and it updates which one is shown there. Just keep clicking and it'll keep showing up which one's in there. So I want to do artifact quest. Doing this quest here rewards order resources. So unfortunately, this is not going to get me artifact power. I don't want to do this one. This one's order resources, or that's a reagent, or reagent, and then order resources. There's also this. This should be a pet battle. You can see little kind of pet battle icon. It rewards a pet bandage, and I don't do pet battles, so I have no idea if you might get artifact power after doing a pet battle on top of doing the reward. So there's that if you want to do it. But that's not going to get you artifact power. So in Azuna right now, this is all order resources or a crafting reagent. So I'm going to click on the breadcrumb, go out to Val'sharah. I'm going to click on that. And now we've got a few different things going on here. We have these. Now, this is kill horde forces or players. So this is PvP type of content. And you see the reward there is artifact power. Me, I don't like PvP, so I'm not going to do this. There again, more PvP stuff. And it grants artifact power if you want to do that one. There's another pet battle. Oh, it does artifact power. So guess what? Pet battles do reward artifact power. I don't do pet battles. It's not interesting me. And then here is a 5-player dungeon. And let's see, I don't know if it's suggesting if it needs to be heroic or normal. I'm just going to say it needs to be normal. And the way this would work, I'm going to assume, is you're going to need to form a group of 5 players and then go out to the actual dungeon itself. You're going to have to fly out there and go inside. You won't be able to use Dungeon Finder to get this, if I am correct. And then we have this other one, okay, Blood of Sargeras. So far, none of the stuff I want to do for artifact power is there for World Quest. High Mountain, okay, so that rewards gold. That rewards, there you go, artifact. So there's artifact power. So right here, just doing this one quest here, a world quest, will reward more artifact power than doing treasures does. So anyway, I went out and I did a whole bunch of world quests to fill out 2 different emissary quests. And in total, from doing those, I received 1,415 artifact power from doing world quests. And even if you don't do emissary quests, you're going to get more from just doing this one mob than you're going to get from doing treasures. And going out there and doing this one mob will be a lot quicker than going out and doing heroics. So right here, just based on this information, there's kind of like 2 paths that I am looking for. Is either one, to do a world quest and go find what kind of world quest I want to do, which is either PvP, is pet battles, a couple that include little mini world bosses, not the boss types that drop loot, but just, you know, world bosses that are world quest bosses that do require a group of people to kill. There's no way in the world you're going to solo them. I think I did a video about that. No, maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did a video and we showed a world boss, but it wasn't a really tough world boss. It was an easy one. It was ridiculously easy. There are some very tough world quest bosses out there that, yeah, you're going to almost need 2 healers in your group to keep everyone alive. So my recommendation for you, and I'm going to wrap this video up, or at least for what I'm going to do, is I'm going to keep doing world quests, looking for specific world quests that target what kind of gameplay I'm into, and that's not PvP and it's not pet battles, but you can do that and get artifact power. And then I'm going to look at finishing those emissary quests, because the emissary quests have a chance of rewarding artifact power. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just reward gold, or maybe you get an actual gear item. And then I will do heroics, just because I still need to get better gear. I mean, I'm pretty decent. I'm at 825. I still have a lot of items to get. I've got some really cool stuff here. Some, 845s, some 850s. I got a socket in there. It's really nice. Yeah, sockets. I don't know if I'm going to put anything in the sockets, because who knows how long this is going to last before I replace it with something a little better. And okay, so anyway, that's the end of this video, and I hope this has helped you out. If you're into your artifact weapon and you're interested in raids and stuff, if you're a serious player and you want to figure out what's the best route that I can take, the best path that I can take to get ready for to get my artifact weapon all filled out and everything, and that's going to take you an insane amount of time, an absolutely insane amount of time. Even if you had 3 players each working 8-hour shifts, 24-hour-a-day coverage on a character 7 days a week, you still need millions upon millions upon millions of artifact power to finish your artifact weapon. So this is going to take the whole entire expansion to finally get every single trait in our artifact weapons unlocked. But until then, you can get as many as you can get unlocked for raids, which open up September 20th. That's Tuesday, September 20th, by, I believe, doing 1 world quests, which include emissary quests, and then doing heroics. So I hope this helped you guys out, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, dudes.